Then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do the cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs up today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will a witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please! Please! That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure. I can't read with crop. And began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot. Then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim as Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Let's see, what do I have in my court record? Alright, so everything from the current case and the DL6. Okay. And I think I know where a contradiction is already. So there was only one gunshot. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. It must have been scary. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. There is a clear contradiction between your testimony and this picture. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. What do you mean contradiction? As always, the judge is clueless. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Oh, come on. Peter, don't do this to me now. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one, but 2 shots were fired. One shot hit the victim, and the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot. However, when was this hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If there was nothing there before, it has nothing to do with this incident. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of the incident? I'm gonna bluff. Your Honor, I think I will be able to prove. I think I will be able to show proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprises for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole in the door was related to this incident? Jesus Christ, that dog. Oh, well, you know, victim data says murder weapon was fired twice. Your Honor, the answer is in this file. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this as evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page shows the link between the bullet hole and the DL6 incident? Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fannies. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look at what's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It is undoubtedly something else that had made the bullet hole in that door. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet was fired not... the second bullet was fired was not found. I cannot read. Holy shit. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising the objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick!
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No. But you said that you do it, Nick. You said you can Edward declare innocent.
Sorry. It's just when I saw that photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought that there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick!
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's confessing.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright?
Objection!
Your Honor. Your Honor, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick?
I don't know. This case is perfect.
No.
Ah!
Must exist. The second bullet.
What? What did you say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist? But where?
Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor! The second bullet. It exists. What? But we've just heard proof that it does not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So, the criminal took the second bullet. Why would he? Huh? First of all, how would he have done? How would he have found it? It's not easy to find a straight bullet, Mr. Wright. Well, there's some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet. Of course there was a need. That's why he took it. Bah! What possible reason could he have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene was... maybe he thought that the bullet would be used as proof? Proof? It was a special bullet, so he took it with him.
If that was the case, then he would have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would he only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you.
This isn't going so well.
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Why would the murderer have spent the time looking for a stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it.
Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean?
Well, for instance,
What?
maybe the bullet hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head. But what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot. And he left with the second bullet still inside. Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
The murderer came from outside, yes. The 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident? Right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey Nick,
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy.
Remember what Mr. Buzzword said yesterday?
Gregory Edwards has dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow!
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that. Yes, An unusual wreck for the man. That was the first and the last vacation you've taken, as many as a prosecutor.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But took it because he was injured.
What do you mean?
It could only mean one thing.
He was a murderer in the Deal 6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out with it and say it now? Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma! Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, sitting right there? Bah! You don't object.
I see no need.
Why?
Your Honor, this ridiculous outburst was my objection.
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet, you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at least, right? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick! Let's find out who this doctor is.
It's no use. Edgeworth, I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. You probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave the doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect.
So what then, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Not if you're goddamn Deadpool. Wait. What does that mean? That the bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how much you like it so.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot. Oh. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed the surgery on himself. You don't mean. I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. It's not even possible for all these years. Well, there's only one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find.
Oh, I refuse.
You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you.
Order! Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use this metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension on this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here and right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself for testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Oh! He reacted. Something in his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma. You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright. Not I.
Mr. Wright,
Well,
can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from the DL6?
of course it can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were so close. One day away from freedom. You see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. The thoughts.
A bullet? Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. Computer, please. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings match, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma?
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know! Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making any of this easier. Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air! Get away! Get away from my father! It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed! Mr. Von Karma. Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me! So, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that will never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! 15 years earlier. Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I've ever known. Me? Penalized! It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was a perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would come and open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Confetti! Yay!
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Holy shit.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Makara looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside he crushed it, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close though. I was sure we had it.
I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now, it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome.
I think you could do better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You gotta learn. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
Dear.
Ooh. Whoa! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would. Yeah, I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Gumshoe. That's why you say thank you.
I see.
Whoop!
I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all!
Lana!
Y'all great in there? Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that a hot dog guy from the park? Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick.
It's Keontae. She's going to live in Paris, Nick. Paris! She's leaving me behind.
Larry.
Yo, Edgy. There you are.
Yes. Here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Mary Butts! You come along tonight, too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. Answer to that question, me. Wait, this treat. That's the way police talk from prison, right?
I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Oh, yeah. That's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right?
No.
Huh? That's a weird amount. I mean, it's not little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money It was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38? No. No! Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? Well, that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored. He came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history.
Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole case was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right. You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh?
Edgeworth.
You should have told me!
No, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations is run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it!
Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, I call you the goody two-shoes to the extreme.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I had known, I would have become a prosecutor!
Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all, line up and I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time. Let's go.
And after all that, dinner's on me.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, although Edgeworth was still in detention. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick.
Computer, you're ruining the moment.
You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say anything to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye? What time is it? Good. The first train leaves the mountains. Have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being pirates. Yeah, I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Oh, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped. And Mr. Grossberg. Even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced that he'd taken all the evidence pertaining to Deal 6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So, bye.
Bye.
Aw. Thanks, Nick.
And so my story ends. Time to turn to a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Huh! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Holy crap. That's it, guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna do voices for the credits. I am tired. Oh, God. To tell you the truth, these past several episodes I've been recording in one whole session. I've been recording for about, 3-4 hours now. Holy crap. I gotta say, it feels weird. I'm finally done with Ace Attorney. For now, at least. I don't know if I should take a break or go into the next game. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna stay quiet for the rest of this bit and let the credits roll.
Oh my goodness!
Poor Cody. Aww.
You guess I was over!
Shame on you. You've been fooled. So guys, that was Turnabout Goodbyes. In the next episode, and the final episode for this game, we will continue with Rise from the Ashes. So, as always, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Please take care, and as always, have yourself a wonderful and fantastic day.